Okay, so this is again how to create a map using Inkarnate.com. So after you've already gone ahead and created an account, signed in, anything like that, all you really need to do is just come over to Create New Map, go ahead and click on it, scroll down to Fantasy World, click on it, and then click Choose Style. Now, also you want to make sure you're on high 2K resolution and you're on landscape mode, as these are the easiest options to use. Go ahead and click Create Map after you're done. Then you're getting that initializing thing, and now you're on to where the actual fun part starts. So as you can see, we're already starting off with the mask tool with the edge shape on addition with a size of 100. This is perfect. This is exactly how you want to start. So what you really want to do is just go ahead and, what I like to do is to create a shape and just close my eyes to do that, and I just kind of move my cursor around a little bit, open my eyes. That's not very good actually. Let's go ahead and undo that just by clicking right there, and maybe just try it with my eyes actually open and just move my cursor around a little bit. Maybe create like oh, actually, you know what, I just had an idea. How about this? How about we make nice heart? That's obviously not a very nice heart, but I can spruce it up a little bit. You obviously don't have to do this, by the way. This is just a test. This is just an example. You should make your own map so you can make it look nice and pretty in your own way. I'm just goofing around at this point, trying to teach you guys how to do something cool. So, yeah, let's go ahead and scrap that idea and just kind of add on to this a little bit. That was a silly idea. But, so yeah, let's do that. Maybe add something there and there. Maybe a little bit here. Yeah, I'm liking that. I'm liking that. Maybe go on to subtract a little bit and then just kind of do that. Maybe a little bit over here as well. So we kind of get its own little thing. Okay, so at the moment, I'm liking this. I like where this is. I like where this is going. So I'm going to go ahead over to the brush tool, and I can kind of put land down. Now that I have land down, I mean, I can make it look how I want to. So I always like to start out with this color here, and then just kind of take a spot that I think would look good as this, and just kind of color it in. So this is just really pretty much the easiest step. You just want to pick what you think looks nice and then add it in that place. So I always like to kind of move myself out with the greens and then kind of make it do subtle changes after that. So let's say let's go right there with that color. And maybe we got, yeah, let's put in some swamp. Let's put in some swamp water right here. Don't really like swamps. They're not really fun to trudge through whenever you're in a party. So let's go ahead and make that a small swamp. And maybe we want some of this grass texture going on here. So we got that looking nice. I'll say it goes to about right there. And maybe go back up here. Let's get ourselves a nice little desert biome right here. Go ahead and color this in. Now, I've done kind of small deserts, but what about a big one? What about a real nice and big one? How about there, that big? That's good. And maybe after the desert, there's going to be kind of like a rocky hills area. By the way, this is all, you can do it however you want to, however you see fit. This is just how I like to do it. And so now that you have all the colors down that you kind of want, here, hold on, I'm actually gonna add another little thing right down here. Give myself a little bit of snow. So yeah, now that you have, if you don't have it yet, go ahead and hit pause. But now that you have the beginnings of this, what you want to do now is go ahead and mend and kind of blend these together and merge them. I said, yeah, mend, but I meant blend. So to do this is actually quite easy. All you want to do is really just see how these two colors are right beside each other. Just kind of take, say, this color, go over here, and don't drag. Don't click and drag. Just tap a little bit. Just a little bit. Just enough so that you can kind of notice it's there. Just a little. So that's all blended nice together, but there's still this ugly line here. So what you want to do is just go back to this color, since they merge together, and then just tap, 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 tap. Just tap it in there. I often, for the audio track, I said I kind of sound like Bob Ross when I'm talking about how to do this, but honestly, it's kind of true. You just kind of just tap it in there, tap it in to make sure it's all right. But so now that part's done, see, it's instead of this harsh kind of ugly line, it's a nice blended and merged together color. You can't really tell which one starts where or ends where. So now I'm going to do it over here as well. Tap, 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 tap. Got to be careful, because if you drag, it's very, very obvious you drag. I'll show you what happens whenever you drag. So now that I have this pretty color, I kind of want to add a little bit more right there, but if I want to drag, it's just, oops, it's just that color now. But yeah, you can always go back up here and undo the change. So just tap, tap, perfect. And maybe I kind of want to blend this together a little bit more, so go back to that area, just tap it in. There we go. That's looking much better. Kind of got to do it over here as well with the swampy area. Tap, tap, tap. These two colors already kind of blend well together, considering they're almost the same. But even still, you kind of want to try and find where one starts and the other begins, and just kind of tap it just a little bit. Not even that much, really. Just adding it ever so slightly to make sure it's not going to be bad whenever you create it, or whenever you're done. There we go. That's looking much better already. So now I'm going to do it over here just a little bit more. Gonna add some sand coming in. Perfect. How about here as well? Then I'm going to do it over here again, the same way I was doing it there. Just grab it and tap, tap, tap. See, that's just a little tiny bit of color. And that color is absolutely perfect for what you're doing, because it makes it very hard to tell where one thing starts and the other begins. It's just like real life, just like a real map. Whenever you kind of you never just see, like, say, Minecraft or something, just a desert come to an end and just an immediate, snow. That never happens. There's always something like a tundra in between it. There's always a mix of areas. There's always a mix of biomes and stuff like that. It always is like that. So this one, since it's kind of drastic, I have to be careful and really pay attention to it, because there's two big drastic color changes right here. So I got to make it hard to tell. So this one's going to take a minute. Or not, that's actually already looking pretty dang good. Oh, there we go. That's already looking good. Yeah, that's looking good. And also, say you have, for instance, this little stretch of desert, or this little thing right here. What you want to do to make this look a lot better, say for this, for the ice, maybe take something that's kind of like a color, a little bit like it, select it, and just do the same thing you were doing over there. Just tap just a little bit into it. But for the desert one, what really goes well with it is this actually right here, this desert number 4. This gives it just a little bit of a red tint to it. Makes it look very nice and good. But yeah, like I was saying before, your map doesn't need to look anything like this, doesn't need to have a desert or anything like that at all. But make sure that if it does have more than, one color on it, to blend it all together to make it look very nice and good. You don't have to, but I recommend it. This is how to make a map look good, after all, because I've been using this for probably about 2 years now. So think I'm a little bit, understand. I know what I'm talking about. I'll say it. But yeah. So for instance, if I don't want just this green texture here, I'm gonna come in here with this other green texture that I don't actually have down. Just kind of pat it in a little bit. Maybe I want this to remain the same, but I don't want this. So I'm just gonna tap it in just a little. There we go. Already looking good. Okay. So the next step isn't to do anything else, isn't to like go to here to add things. Your next step is to make sure, since this has popped up, to save. Now, since it's your first time saving, it's going to pop up and be like, what do you want to name this? So you got to think of something creative and clever. This is the name of your world. What do you want to call this place? So what do I want to call this place? If I tilt my head in a little bit, it kind of looks like a bird, just in the slightest bit. Like right down here, kind of looks like a little bit of a weird looking beak. This looks like a wing, sorta. But yeah, don't want to call it Birdland. That's too on the nose. I'll call it Falcon Island. There we go, Falcon Island. Maybe it has something to do with falcons or birds or something. Let's make that the island theme. Let's make that the land theme. So go ahead and click OK, and then it takes a minute to save. If you're on 4K, this would take probably double the amount of time, but it does look pretty dang good, if I do say so. But 2K is definitely the resolution that I believe you should use, because it doesn't take that long to load or anything like that. Okay, so the next step, you're going to want to add, in my opinion, mountains. You always want to add mountains first, if you're asking me. Oh, and also, whenever you get in here, make sure to just select all, because then you get literally all of the packs. Oh, just to clear up any confusion, I am using the paid version, so if you don't have any of those colors or any of these, that's because I'm on the paid version and you might not be. You can still do it without the paid version, but I highly recommend using the paid version because it's really not that much, and also you get access to, like, let me see, like 1,000 things here, almost 3,000 here, 2,000, like nearly 1,500 here, and then like plus everything here. What we're going to be using mostly though is this fantasy world stuff. So we can go ahead and scroll all the way down to here, where it is. This is stuff that you'd use for like battle mats and stuff. Very, very handy to make stuff like that. Just a good service all around. So yeah, you want to start out in any world by using and creating mountains. And you do that by just going to where it's called, well, you see mountains. So I'm going to go ahead and put in a couple of these because I really enjoy these kinds of mountains. And I don't really want to put anything right here or here or here for mountains, because that just doesn't, this kind of looks like plains to me. Maybe like plains or something like that with like a lot of hills. Just something like that. Now here though, because it's all rocky, this kind of reminds me of maybe where I'd put some mountains. So I'm going to go ahead and just kind of click every once in a while. By the way, it's doing random different stamps because I have this little random stamp tool thingy selected here. That's always a must-have if you want to just add very quickly with what you want. Just kind of brings up a random one and just lets you select it with ease. Very easy, very simple. So I'm going to open this back up and get a larger one. Ooh, that's a bit too big. I'm going to shrink that down, which is quite easy. You just need to come over here, press the select tool, and just shorten that up. But, see, now I'm running into a problem. Now I'm running into this mountain kind of merging with these ones, and I don't really want that. I want this mountain to stand out. I want this mountain to be above these ones because it's bigger and it's better, and the other ones to merge into it. So what I want to do with that is just take this little layers panel here and just click one up. So now this mountain stands above the rest. Just kind of make it a little bit bigger, move it so that the back isn't clipping in with the front, and just kind of, voila, right there is a pretty good placement for it. Maybe shrink it down just a little. You know, I also kind of want all of these just to be a little bit over to the right, so I have more room right here. Now, the way to do that is just very easy. When you're on the select tool, just click and drag, and you can do the exact same thing that you can do with, well, a lot of other services, which is just kind of selecting everything all at once, so you can just select them and move them. Now this one's in the water, and I don't want that, so I'm going to move it a little bit over here. And, you know, there you go, bada bing, bada boom. Maybe I want to move this one just a little tiny bit. Perfect. Want to move this one just a little bit over here. Maybe select it so it's also on top because it's in kind of a weird position. This one as well. There we go. There we got a nice little mountain range there. So I got a mountain right there. Maybe I want a couple more though. Maybe I want a nice green mountain covered in trees and flora and fauna. Maybe I want to get a nice ice-covered mountain over here, or maybe I want to take dark mountains over there, or maybe place one right here. There's a lot you can do. I actually like this one much better, so I'm going to take this one, just delete that one, just kind of pick it up and drag it right there. Perfect. So yeah, now that I'm changing my mind, I don't want that to be a nice dark area. I want it, no, I don't want it to be a nice plains area. I kind of want there to just be one lonely spike of a mountain there. So I might need to name that because it's big and it's imposing. But that's a thing for later. So you want to go back to the stamp tool and just, you know, add mountains where you see mountains. Add them if you want them there. If you don't want them there, don't add them. Stuff like that. Every good map has at least one or two mountains. Very important. Just look at Lord of the Rings. Look how many mountains are in there. The Lonely Mountain, there's the Moving Mountains in there. Just so many mountains. Maybe you also want to have a volcano. I was going to say I don't want that there, but why not? That'd be cool. A little thing where everybody's getting up to it and they see how it kind of merges with the sand, and everywhere the lava touches it just turns into glass. That would be very interesting. Now that I'm thinking about it, I can actually do something with the brush to that extent. Maybe find like a nice kind of thing that would remind me of the shade of glass. Well, I'm not seeing it really. I guess I could use this. And I'm not dragging at all. I'm just taking and I'm just clicking. There we go, that's looking good. So yeah, now it's got a little tiny area around it. That could be mist, that could be glass, that could be whatever you want it to be. But yeah, so for the most part, I'll say that's enough mountains and stuff in there now. So now comes the incredibly tedious part, the part that always takes a very long time to do, and is, if I'm being honest, kind of frustrating with how long it takes. This is the part that you want to just kind of sit back, relax, let your mind go numb, and put on some music. This is where you put in trees. Now, first things first, it always, for me, makes the trees way too big. Like, look at that. That's a huge tree compared to that mountain. But whenever you want to make them smaller, oh, okay. Typically, it's hard to, like, click this little box because it's so small. So an easy way to get around that is to just put two trees kind of a little bit far away from each other and select both of them at the same time. Then you get a big box that you can work with quite easily. So you just want to shrink those down, maybe about that big. You can make them bigger or smaller if you want to make the world bigger or smaller. But for the most part, that's that. And you just kind of want to start putting down some trees. Like I said, like I mentioned, this part takes a while. So feel free to like skip ahead until you see me stop planting trees or anything like that. I'm going to be quiet for just a little bit while I'm planting all these, but I'm going to try to do it quickly. And also, don't forget to save every once in a while. Now that I'm done with the step, I'm going to go ahead and save. But yeah. Just adding trees. So what I actually do, if you haven't skipped yet, What I actually do to add trees is I kind of try to follow the brightness of the land that I picked out. So you see how like say there's this white spot right here. I don't really want to put trees right there in my opinion, because it wouldn't look natural or fitting to me. Where I would like to put trees kind of following the color and the layout of the land. Like, I wouldn't put this type of tree down here. That wouldn't look very good. There's several different types of trees for several different types of colors, so you got to use them, I would say sparingly, but I would actually probably most likely correctly say just, put them in properly, kind of what looks right where. So, say, because this is swampland, we'd probably put like swamp trees down there. Maybe this could be like a plains biome or something like that that's just rolling hills and stuff. Maybe some hobbits live there. Call back to Lord of the Rings again, because, we're nerds, we understand. You're looking at how to make a D&D map, of course you know, of course you're a nerd. But, that's nothing to be ashamed of. I'm a nerd and I'm a geek. I'm both. I was in the marching band all of high school. Yeah, it's quite easy to just kind of, honestly, as you're doing this, just, I would say, let your mind go, but that sounds wrong. Just kind of click, click, click. Again, it's tedious. While you're doing this, you actually kind of want to be careful, because you can totally just put so many trees down that you lose track of everything. But you kind of want to plan a little bit far ahead while you're doing this. So I'm going to, even though I could totally put trees here, I'm just going to put a couple of trees on the out wall. Kind of make like a wall of forest. And maybe this is where some elves live. Maybe there's a nice little elf settlement right there. But yeah, for the most part, that's actually why I don't put trees in some of the places. This one looks out of place. I'll put another tree there. Yeah. Okay. So yeah, sorry to stop talking, but this is another reason why I kind of follow the color of the land, because this opens up opportunities for me to put things in other places. So kind of just set them all down sparingly, of course, or not really sparingly, but this is just a good opportunity to maybe pick some places where you want to put some things. So now I'm actually going to go over here and grab some, yep, these are some swamp trees. So I got some swampland down here. Swamp trees you can go ahead and just throw in there. Of course, you want to leave some room for maybe like a settlement or something down here, but you got to think realistically. There's not that many places of too much fame or worth inside of swamps, other than I would say probably like, oh, what's the name of that one place in real life? The, where Mardi Gras is held. You know what I'm talking about. Yeah, down there, Louisiana, I think. But, just gonna put some trees in here. Oops, that one's in the water. The ocean, that's not good. I just move it there. That's looking good. Now I can put some places in here and still have it all folded, all out and look nice. Why did I say folded? But, yeah, I'm gonna take some, is there jungle trees? Nah, no jungle trees here. Now I'm thinking ahead, actually. So, maybe some oak trees. Yeah, there we go. Oak trees look good here. I know it's the second time I've kind of gone against what I'm saying for what I want in a place, but that's what happens whenever you're doing this. It just kind of escapes. Just kind of start doing your own thing. What you think looks good. Kind of letting yourself go and just tapping away whatever you think looks nice where. However, you do kind of want to, whenever you're, say, like going into a new area where it's like one tree type wouldn't really be, kind of want to start mixing them and putting them in sparser and sparser. So I'll keep down here. I'll keep right down here a kind of like a rolling hills place. So actually, now that I'm saying that, I might want to change the color of it a little bit. So why don't I take this color that I'm kind of using here, just tap it in just a little so that it looks like there's a change in what's going on here. So yeah, there we go. That's definitely different than right here. Excuse me, I'm losing my voice. So yeah, we got some trees there. Maybe want a couple other types of trees just to make them look good. Maybe some willows that grow with oaks. So now you got yourself a thick forest. There we go, that's looking good. Oh, see, I did exactly what I was actually warning against. I actually put in too many trees. Now there's no place to put anything. So, how about there? Put something there. Oop, 250 changes, better save it. Just to be on the safe side. Like I said, I doubt this will crash. I doubt this will do anything where you lose your work, but just like Photoshop, you gotta want to save often and, you know, whenever you can, whenever you want to. Whenever it reminds you to, you should probably save. So there we go. And since there's like a nice kind of almost clear line there, no more trees after that. Doesn't look probably the best I'd like it to, but it looks all right. This is just kind of a, you know, teach you how to do it so you understand firmly what you're supposed to be doing here. So, um, so yeah, maybe I want some rocks in here. So a good place to find rocks is right down here in nature. All you want to do is just either pick some boulders or some rocky plateaus. I'm gonna go some boulders. So these again are a little bit big. Actually, no, those are like a perfect size now I'm looking at them. Just kind of want to set them out. Since there's not really too much to go off of here, you're gonna kind of just set them out randomly, but make sure to keep, you know, mind of wanting to set some stuff down other than just rocks. I'll set one more down. Maybe I'll, one more. There we go. Yeah, one more. I do that quite often. And maybe you want to go over and actually switch over to Rocky Plateaus and put some stuff down here too. Kind of spruce it up, give it some spice. Make it look not so bland and boring. Because if you make a bland and boring map, nobody's going to look at it, nobody's going to like it, nobody's going to be like, yo, what's over there? I want to inspect this for about an hour so I can find all the love that was put into it. Nobody's going to want to do that. Oop. Comes the thing I was actually talking about earlier. This rock is obviously clipping into this mountain, so I'm going to make that not happen. Same with this one probably. No, that one's actually pretty good. So there we go. That's looking alright. Yeah, okay. So that part's looking pretty good. What about some, let's put some sand dunes in there. Get some sand dunes going here. These again, use them just wherever you feel like they should be. Maybe use some big ones when things you don't want to cover that much or put that much time into. Just clicking away. That's all this really is, just taking your time, clicking where you think you should be, don't click where you think you shouldn't, stuff like that. Maybe one more ray there, and another there. Maybe one on top of it. Yeah, there we go, that's looking good. Okay. Yeah, there we go. We got some sand dunes in there. We got some trees, some rocks. Everything's looking pretty okay so far. So now comes the, I would say fun part, but this isn't exactly the fun part. This is just kind of the, I want a settlement to be there part. So, excuse me. Voice is going away. I've been talking a while. So, talking more than I've actually been typically do whenever I'm DMing, because, I usually give somebody else a chance to speak, but this is just me blabbering on for like 30 minutes. Um, so, say I want a, maybe like an elvish settlement like I was just talking about. Maybe I'll set down an elven castle, but, yeah, so I'll show you how to do this. This is not where this is going. So I'm just going to grab a couple of elven things, make them look all nice and spiffy. Kind of set them up how I would imagine them being set up if they were real. Which we can all dream, can't we? But, yeah, maybe right there. That looks good. Another one right here. Good. Good, good, good. Liking that there. And one more here. And then one more, I'll say this over here. So the reason that I didn't set this up there, obviously it's because it's too big. And I don't want to take these all out individually and shrink them down. That's just too much trouble, too much of a struggle. So I have it set up like I want to, right? But it's too big. So what am I going to do? I'm going to use the thing that I already told you how to do. Grab them all at the same time. Shrink them all down. There we go. Now you got a custom village that you made yourself, and it's not just a little JPEG. However, there's nothing wrong with using the little JPEGs that the thing gives you. It's also quite nice to do. There we go. That looks really nice and good. So you want to do that, or just kind of go into here and maybe pick out some already pre-built stuff like the human town. Gonna just pick that up. Maybe just throw one right in here. No, but I want that to be a little bit bigger. So I'm just gonna take it, expand. Looking good. How about another one? How about we go in here, grab this. Let's say this one. Put this one smack dab right there. That's looking good too. So, maybe there's a city. Maybe there's a city right over here. That's too much of like a desert city. Let's say right there, right in the hills. Let's see. Maybe I want... I'm sorry it's taking so long. Maybe I want a nice, not really a desert city, but how about a nice little pyramid right there? Actually, that's more of a place of interest, and I'm not on that point yet, so we'll get there when we get there. But I'll remember that I want to set something down there. How about we go a nice little eastern village, kinda right in here. Maybe take an eastern castle as well and throw it down, just so it looks nice and set up. I'll take an eastern city too. Just kind of move some trees or anything else that's in the way out of the way. I actually kind of want these somewhere else, so I'll just pick them up. Move them right over here. There we go, that's looking better. Now I can put something else here. So, maybe I want like a bad guy fortress over there. So I'll pick up like a dark citadel, kind of set it down right here in the water. Maybe I'll pick up one of these, number 5, put it there, 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 maybe there. Let's get one of these, whatever this is. It looks nice. One of those. Put down another one here. Oh, that looks cool. Set that there. And right there. Boom. And maybe one more. right there. Okay, so now we have that. Just do the same thing it's already told you to do. Oopsies, that's actually catching that. Hold on. Oops, nope. See, this is the problem with having not enough room on the map. You go grab everything and just kind of move it over here where you want it to be and just shrink it all down. That looks good. Right there. Perfect. Yeah, that's looking good right there. And don't really want a desert village, but maybe I do want something in the ice. So I'll grab nothing big, just something small. Set it down right there. Oh, you know what? Silly me. I forgot to add ice trees. This might take just a second. Just gonna quickly just pepper these bad boys in. Now, why are those so small? Hold on a minute. Sorry. Just gonna select a tree for size comparison. Go to here, and does that make it bigger? Yeah, there we go. So some things they do that, not everything, but just occasionally a couple of things will scale for size for something else that you've already selected. It's an easy fix. You just want to pick whatever it wants to scale, whatever you want to scale it to, and scale it. And there, that's looking good. One more, two more, three more, four. There we go. Now that blunder's out of the way, I'm gonna go ahead and so let me see what we have now. Got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. If I already counted that way, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that's looking pretty good. Maybe I want to grab a, just for time's sake, just a dwarven fortress and slam it down right there. Right nestled beside the mountain like they usually typically enjoy to be. And we'll call that a 1. And yeah, okay. So that's all of the areas that you want to have down. Maybe you want to have some more, it doesn't matter. Cities, towns, doesn't matter. It's your map. You make it. You decide. But this is what I want to have for now. So you don't need to name them right now. You can if you really want to, but you don't need to. Remember, every city, every town, everything like that, it's going to have a name. They always do. I came in real life from this incredibly hunky-tunk town about 30 minutes from here called Volant that you could blink while you're driving through it and, miss that you drive through it. It still has a name, though. It's important. Names are always important. But we'll get to that later. So, yeah, we have all these places down, but we don't have places of a lot of interest. Of course, cities and towns and stuff like that, they're interesting, they're cool, they're neat, but they're not, what's a good example? They're not, oh, that's a good example. They're not mysterious pyramid in the middle of a desert neat. Yeah, that's what they're not as neat as. A big pyramid right beside a volcano. That's pretty neat. They're not, maybe you want to add something like floating islands. Of course, you want maybe bigger floating islands than this. All you have to do is just, again, take them, select them, you get the gist, make them big. There we go, big old floating islands off to the left. What's over there? I don't know yet. That's for you to decide. Maybe you want a graveyard. Just slam that right in there. That's looking good. Maybe haunted places over there. You don't know. I don't know. You don't, maybe. Maybe you want an airship. Go ahead and throw that in there. That'd be interesting. Airships are kind of, non-existent. So that'd be rare to find. Maybe you want, say, a dragon flying around this peak. Set him there. And since he's already above everything, you're going to want to take his lair and make it the biggest that it can get to. Pardon me, my nose is running. Dragon bones are always a neat thing, but maybe I don't want dragon bones. Maybe I want a big serpent just lying there. Big serpent skeleton. I'll set it right there. Just so it's there. Put its back down to 2 so it doesn't blend over everything. This is all up to you, by the way. All up to you. Maybe I want a dark and foreboding keep, but, you know, smaller than that, of course. I'm going to go ahead and set that right in there. Maybe I want a evil tower. Maybe I'll just grab that and put it right there. When I say the possibilities are endless, they are pretty close to endless. You could do pretty much everything that you would want to do. I haven't run out of ideas from searching through these yet. Maybe there's another strange tower and I'll just set it right there. Towers are always fun to explore, whether they're decrepit or, you know, falling apart. They're big, they're in perfect condition, but there's nobody there. There's always mysteries and stuff to everything. Everything you can find, you can set something down and create something for it. Boom, temple. Maybe there's somebody being sacrificed there. It's all up to you. You just want to let your creativity flow. Just let everything out. Just maybe even close your eyes and pick something at random. Screw it. Random bakery on top of the mountain. There we go. Just close my eyes and now there's a bakery on a peak of a mountain. What's up there? Who knows? Maybe an old woman who is actually a hag. Don't know. Maybe there's an ice cave over here. Just set that down in there. Waterfalls are always fun. There's always something behind a waterfall. Everybody knows that. Maybe I'll add another right in here. Right there. Maybe there's just a very big fire. Oop, that's not a very big fire. Hold on. Gotta zoom in, make it big. And then just take this other one and delete it. Yeah, maybe there's just a very big fire for some reason in the middle of these plains, and that's why nothing's growing there. Make up stories, make up things in your head. As long as you can write them down or remember them, you're good. Maybe I want to add a treehouse. That looks fun. That's a little big. Definitely a little big. But, can definitely make that smaller. Still a little big. I'll shrink that down some more. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. Maybe I want random willow cherry blossom tree, just out in the middle of everything else. Maybe that's a connection to the Feywild. Who knows? Again, it's up to you. It's all up to you. Looking around for anything else I could use, but let me take a look at it as it is now. So I got something there, got something here, got something there, blah 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 blah. Want a couple of more things in here. Not too many more, but just a couple. Maybe a random gate. That's just chilling in the trees, with nothing behind it or in front of it. About just a very large statue over here. Or a couple of very large statues. They have something important that you need to do. You know, it's up to you. It's all up to you. Maybe there's just giant lily pads in the water, in the ocean, that don't make any sense. There's just huge lily pads with like fish people living on them or something. Set them right over there. That looks good. I think there's a thing for a ghost ship. You can see how badly I am at spelling. There we go. Okay, so I'm not really seeing anything for a ghost ship. Oh, haunted ship, never mind. So I'll just set that. Oop, that's a bit big. See what I'm talking about with some things scale to what you're already doing and some don't? It's a little bit frustrating, but oh well, it's perfectly fine. Shrink it down just a little more. Have a haunted ship right out there. Maybe I want a regular ship to say that there's a port or a dock here. Really? Geez, this thing's being difficult tonight. Maybe it's because I'm trying to teach something. That might be it. Gonna get any stragglers. I have 168 changes. I'll save real quick. But yeah, those changes, they build up quick. They build up very fast when you're not paying attention. Okay. I'll only add a couple more things because I don't want to keep this on for over an hour. That's ridiculous. Maybe there's just a giant skull just laying in the middle of the desert where nobody knows where it came from. Obviously not that big. But yeah, maybe there's just a big, huge skull. This is one of my things that I also do. I just kind of zoom really far out and look for empty places where I could think of something to put. So maybe something right there. Maybe there's more dragon bones. Actual dragon bones this time. Ooh, there's an idea. Maybe there's a small wizard tower beside it where somebody like a famous wizard is just kind of chilling out studying dragon bones. Right beside the town. Perfect. Yeah, so I'll say that step is done for now. Obviously, you can put as much stuff down as you want to, as you think you need. Go ahead. It's your map. You do it. You do it how you want to do it, and don't let anybody tell you how to do it. Of course, you should still take constructive criticisms, though, as well. So, yeah, I'll say that's enough points of interest for me right now. But you can go ahead and add as many as you think you want or as you think you need. My voice is tired, excuse me. So, what's next after the points of interest? It's really kind of simple. All you want to really do is just polish everything up. So did you notice I still kind of have, I'll go back. I still have like a whole bunch of open spots where I'm not putting anything yet. I don't have anything down. That's really simple. What you want to do for that is just, I think that's actually scrolled up. Is it? No, it's scrolled down to where I want to find nature. Yeah, right here. So what I want to do with nature is I want to grab some stuff that would be just kind of thrown in after the fact. This can be more rocks, this can be more dunes, more trees, anything. But I typically save stuff like waves. I'll add some waves in here. Just kind of put them out equally. Don't think I put enough waves in here. There we go. Alrighty, that's looking good. One right there, one right there. Alrighty, there we go. And one right there. There we go. That's looking good. So you don't exactly need to put waves in here. This is just kind of like where people would travel. It's not very rough terrain or anything like that. Maybe you want to put some God rays shining down into like a city or something. Always make it so your God rays shine above everything else, because those are shining down from the sky. Did I make that on number 5 as well? No, I didn't. It's just hard to see it. God rays are cool because you might want to like attract some detail to something, or maybe have like a contrast to something else. You can also do that quite well with the birds right beside them. Maybe like have some birds flying out of nothing, or just be blocked behind the skull, because I think I put them on... No, they're on different panels. It's just hard to see right now. Here, I'll make them bigger. There we go. Birds flying out of a volcano, perfectly. Maybe I want to have, maybe you want to have some, a whirlpool. Just right there. Sure. It's all up to you. This is what you want to do with this. Can't say that enough. Yours shouldn't look like mine. The only thing that it should look like is colorful and have things on it. That's what it should look like. Oh no, I'm done. I'm done adding places of interest. I'll keep that there, but I'm done adding places of interest. See what I'm talking about? Like you just add stuff without even realize that you're adding stuff to some points. Where are the hills? Well, those are the hills of the other version, so hold on. I must have passed them. Oh, they're where the dunes were. They're where the dunes were. Yes, here we go. So maybe I want one there. Oh, I'm going to take these down, actually. There we go. They should be on one, for the most part. There we go, that looks good. Maybe one there. Just any place that you think is a little bit too empty, you should just slam a hill down. Or another dune, like maybe right there I'll add some dunes. Or some just barren hills. There we go, that looks good. Maybe one there. A couple here, and here, and here, and here, and here. This is supposed to be a hilly kind of area, so I want to add some hills. Again, don't get too carried away. It's very easy to do so. Alrighty, that's looking good. Maybe I want some more birds flying near this airship. So I'll put some more birds, make them big. Maybe I want some snow on those mountains, even though it's kind of hard to see. Gonna want to add a lot of snow. Want to see it a little bit over water. Just so you know that it's snowing there. It's easy to tell that it's snowing there. There we go. Make it a nice snowy area. What else? What else could I want? What else could I put down? Don't need any more places of interest. Maybe some red crystals. Throw those down in random places. What could these be used for? What could these be? Maybe they're only around this mountain. It's kind of a point of interest, but again, it's kind of not. Just, you can add whatever you want, whenever you want. There we go. Maybe you want to add and make something mysterious, say like this this pyramid. Go ahead and add some fog near it. Maybe you want it to be very mysterious, so you add some sea spray as well. But yeah, for the most part, it's all up to you. This is all you. So I'm gonna zoom out real quick. You know, that's looking pretty good. Maybe a little bit more dunes right there. Alrighty, there we go. And yeah, I'll call it there. So, your last step is to name the rest of the stuff you have. I'm going to save. And just find any, maybe any point of interest that you want to name, any city or citadel or tower that you want to name, go ahead and name. For the most part, I just enjoy picking names for cities and towns, because then that gives like a sense of discovery and exploration for people to go around the map and find something and be like, ooh, I'm going to name this like Meter Mulk or something. For instance, let's just call this Meter Mulk. There we go, Meter Mulk. Maybe this little elven place is just called Justin. No, not Justin. Why would I name it Justin? That doesn't make any sense. There we go. Joyston. Maybe over here I'll call this Red Top. Because it's red. That's creative. Maybe this little place I'll call Bird Grove. This area could be just Falcon City, because it's let's say that it's the capital of this place. A capital of this place. Who knows? This little dwarven stronghold. Gorgdorf. Sure. This place could be called... Huh. Something dark and brooding. Oh. Bruden. Oop. There. Bruden. So that's named, that's named, that's named, that's named, that's named, that's named, that's named. Pretty sure that was all the locations that I wanted to name. Oh, missed one right there. Tight toe. Yeah. Naming is kind of difficult for some people and easy for others. It doesn't really matter what it is for you. But just as long as you do have names for places, because names are important. Let's call this place Snowhaven. It is a haven. Oopsies. What's this? Ah, I see what I did. I wasn't selected on the text. Okay. There we go. Go into there. Snowhaven. There. And for the most part, you're all done. That's pretty much how to make a map, how to make it nice and neat, how to make everything look good. Maybe you want to give it a little bit more style, a little bit more flair. Go into here and then just scroll too far, pardon me. Grab one of these, just slap one down, make it a little bigger. Maybe put it at the top instead. Right up there, perfect. Then what you want to do is grab some text, put it down, and I believe this place, yep, I named it Falcon Island. There we are. Oh, but that text is too big. So you're just going to shorten it down. Okay. Also, you might notice that doesn't really curve too well. So you just want to go down here in the text panel to where it says curve. Click on it just once, and then use your, oopsies, wrong way. Just want to use your arrow keys to maybe curve it a little bit. And don't want to make that too small because, you know, it's the name of the island. It should be bigger and pop out a little. You want to make it just, oop. There we go. Want to make the banner bigger. Grab that. There we go. Falcon Island. Maybe you also want to change the color of that so it stands out just a little bit more. If it lets me select it. There it is. Fill color. Let's make it black. There we go. Falcon Island. Maybe the outline should be red. There we go. This is a dangerous place. It's Falcon Island. Yeah. So now your island is named. Your land is named, I mean. It's just got places in it, it's got trees, everything that a real place would have. So yeah, for the most part, save your work. And then you're done. You could go about doing whatever with it. You could take a screenshot, you could come over here and then click export as image. You could do pretty much whatever with it. Name it. Name every location if you really feel like it. Change shadow color like the text or something. Maybe there's a very dangerous place. Color it in red and black. Just, this is your child. This is your thing that you should create by yourself. And then just have it explored by other people, including yourself, whenever you're doing it with them. But yeah, so this is how to create a map using Inkarnate. How to create a good map using Inkarnate. I hope you all enjoyed.